Music Entertainment Room interviews Shay Lee.
Shay, you're up here from
Wicklow
today, and thank you for making the long journey indeed from early hours of the morning
Yes.
to visit us here at the Music and Entertainment Room.
Right.
And it's amazing to have an original artist here at the Music and Entertainment Room.
Thank you very much.
It's not every day we meet somebody with their own originality, and listening to all your lovely songs and the uniqueness and variety.
Thank you very much. I am blushing now. I'm blushing now.
Amazing.
And it's lovely to be here, and thank you for a really lovely welcome here today.
Oh,
and it was an early start because Wicklow, I was thinking I had to be here, we'd say, for the 12 or 1 o'clock, and I was thinking, well, what would traffic be like? I left home at 6:30, and traffic at that hour of the morning was busy. For going to Dublin, I mean, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh,
6:30 in the morning.
You're on the main drive.
Yeah, we are, yeah. But lovely to be here, and lovely to meet you both, and lovely. I think most singer-songwriters, what we want to do is, it's like an itch we have to scratch. We want to share our music.
Share.
And that's what, and so it's lovely to share it with you both, and lovely to get your feedback and your appreciation. That's really nice.
Exactly, and share it around the world.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
Well,
Here's hoping.
Groups and
here's hoping we'll start.
all of that, and possibly get a few of them released for you.
Yes,
as well.
that'd be wonderful.
All of that, and I mean, you have nice videos made of your music as well.
Yeah,
which
I've got a couple made.
Really exposed.
Yes, yeah.
And playing down at the Cobblers now as
Yeah,
well.
the Cobblestone, that's on the 5th of May.
5th of May, and
Friday, bank holiday weekend. So it should be a good turnout there. I think it holds about 70 in there. So I think tickets will sell quickly.
Yeah, and yourself and
Pat Fagan.
Will be playing there, and both he's here at the Music and Entertainment Room, and that's amazing.
Yes,
to be doing
yes, it is
together
really.
as well.
Yeah, it's really funny. That I was amazed to hear that.
And as well as that,
Yes.
we'd like to join you as well
Yeah.
down there,
Yes.
for your live shows. What time is that starting?
I think it's starting around 8 o'clock, 8:30 until late, and it will be, because it's a bank holiday Friday before the weekend. I think it'll be a late night.
It could be a
So,
late
yeah.
night as
So
well.
and we're going to split the bills. So he'll do some of his, I'll do some of mine, etc. And they'll be, it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
A great mix.
Yeah, it's a good
As
mix,
well.
and it's only a few weeks away now.
Yeah, and there are some similarities between you two artists, by the
Yes.
way, as well, and both the original songwriters.
Yes, exactly. I think he has a bit more hair than me now, so we won't talk about that. That's fine.
The lights won't affect that.
Let's not mention that.
We'll have to share this with them, Shay, don't
Yes.
we? Well, Shay, what inspired you into the music industry?
I suppose like a funny thing. So I play. You saw me play my guitar right-handed, but I'm actually left-handed. So left-handed, and I play football. I play football left-handed as well. But my father was a great singer. All the family were great singers. My dad was playing since 2012. He had a tremendous voice. My voice is nothing like his. He was pure quality. But he had a little guitar at home, a little nylon string guitar, which was right-handed. So I learned to play his guitar right-handed. So, and he also had a set of pitch and putt clubs, right-handed. So I learned to play pitch and putt as well, right-handed. So I got, when I was, we'd say, probably 17 or 18 years of age, because I was always out playing football and running, and I had a career in running as well. That's a whole other story. So I started playing his guitar. I think I got a Beatles songbook, and some of the songs I didn't even know. I just taught myself the shape of the chords.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not proud of saying this, but I've never had a guitar lesson in my life. It's really terrible to say, but there you go.
Absolutely.
So it's all self-taught. Self-taught. So I learned to play with Beatles songs and learning the chords, and like learning to play guitar. There was some natural music in me anyway. I sang in the choir in school when I went to school in Raheny in Dublin. So then I suppose I got a Paul Simon songbook as well, and generally I found the best way to learn to play my dad's guitar was to have a song I wanted to learn.
Exactly.
And keep working on that, and then from there. But I never wrote a song in my life for all those years since I was a kid, until I just by chance one day recorded. I just thought I should just give it a go. When I was running the B&B in Wicklow, chap came to stay with us from Northern Ireland, and he said to me, and he was the only person we ever had staying with us 5 years, and we had all together a few thousand people stayed with us. And this is a lovely man, and he had written some original songs, kind of a folk singer. And he told me he'd been on BBC Northern Ireland radio. I said, gosh, that's brilliant. So he said to me one night, we should have a chat maybe some night in the evening. And I wouldn't generally make friends with the guests because it was too difficult, we were too busy working. But anyway, we came down that night and he sang his original songs to me. And I played Ride On and The Lakes of Pontchartrain, all these covers I knew from years of gigging. And I thought, gosh, it'd be nice to learn or play an original song, but didn't think I could do anything with it, and didn't think there was any music in me to write a song. And one morning, as I said, I got up out of bed in the morning, and this little song was in my head, and the words were in my head. And there was a lot of talk at the time, so it's about 5 years ago, a lot of talk about the time about global warming. And I got up out of bed that morning, and I'm building a house on a hill. I'll be fine when the sea comes in. And all the people around me are going down, very dark. And so anyway, I had this in my head, and then the music just kind of came to me. And since then, I've written probably about 50 songs since then in the 5 years. And it's just, a little bit of melody will come into my head. I won't even know what the music is. I'd sit down with the guitar then, and normally the words and music are kind of coming together. Sit down with the guitar and say, what's that there now? And I don't play keyboards, so I have a little keyboard at home, and I'll say, well, what note might sound better there? And I might just pick away until I find the note. What's that on the guitar? Then, that's a minor, this minors, etc., etc. And my guitar skills are probably growing a little bit. I like to pick the guitar, I like to finger pick. And I suppose I've written a few songs. I wrote a song, we'd say about 2 or 3 years ago, about Ukraine, which I got in touch with Irish Red Cross, said, look, I have a song here called Badana's Prayer, and I felt very passionate about it. So we'd say Russia invaded Ukraine on the 24th of February, 2022. And you're saying, well, how would I remember that? Well, the 24th of February is my father's birthday. So, and he would have been, if he was still alive, he would have been 100 in 2022. So I sat down and I wrote this song called Badana's Prayer. And so I got in touch with the Red Cross. They said, yeah, I should release it under our name. And I put it on Bandcamp, and I collected about 1,000 quid for it. So it's nice. I've never released the song itself. I do love the song, Badana's Prayer. But since then I do write an odd one. I've written one for Gaza as well, but I haven't released it. Sometimes it helps me if I'm thinking about things to write it down as music, write it down as a poem. In school, I wouldn't have considered myself very academic because I just didn't like school. And but there's nothing wrong with my intelligence, but just school didn't appeal to me. But I loved English, and I think you can hear from the raw maish coming out of me that I love English, and I love talking, and I love singing, and I love writing. So that's where all that came from.
And that's a skill, and a great skill to have. It's great benefits as well to be able to write, because whatever you think about, if you write about its results or what.
Mara, I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's wonderful to express it. I do agree with you. Yeah, you're completely
expression
right.
is a big thing in life. And songwriters like ourselves, we'd be well aware of something's really bothering you, and you'd write it down and throw it away.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
You're not throwing your song away, but you're putting it out there for people, people to relate to.
Yeah, and there is some release then as well sometimes.
There is a release.
Yes,
it's like releasing your song.
Yes, it is,
You release your mind as well.
Yes,
because in life, it's all mind over matter as well, So sometimes the worst emotions are better written down and better written in a song. And as I do say to you, Shay, sometimes the song on the fly, there's a great expression and it's a great meaning.
Well, they're blessings,
directions
aren't they? When they arrive like that, if it arrives that quickly, and oftentimes you'll hear the great songwriters saying which came first, the words or the music, and sometimes you're blessed if both come together. Well, sometimes they don't, but they all take a bit of work anyway, and we know that, and you know that.
Well, yeah.
There's always a bit of work.
You can write it in words and produce it in music, or vice versa. You could have a tune and find the words to it as well.
Well, that's one I played earlier on, Paris in the Spring. I had that bit of music in my head, And then when I was with my friend over in England, my friend Granville, who produces at Pudding Bag Studios, his wife said, well, write something with Paris in the title, and that's where Paris in the Spring came from. But the music was already there, and that was 15 minutes the song was written. It was amazing. But there we go.
Yeah, there's great variety in your songwriting, because if whether it is folk, even ballad, country, rock and blues, classical, you can get the feeling from the songs that either industry, parts of the industry could actually follow your music, which means that you have a good levy or a great space to travel in then, because give a lot of directions that you could take yourself to.
Yeah, I hope so, because we all, I suppose part of it, and maybe it's the artistic temperament, when we write something, we want to share it. Exactly. And ideally, we'd like people to like it. Well, that may be looking for too much, but anyway, that's what we try to do.
Well, normally when somebody writes a song, as people are intrigued to see, they listen to it first and they say, what's that about? That song was written from the heart. There's a meaning to that song, and that person must have touched their own emotions when they wrote the song. And I think the best song is from the heart.
I couldn't have said that better. I think you know that, that you're certainly exposing a bit of your own vulnerability, maybe. When you write some of those songs, and personality, that's nice,
And also you're making connections with people, communication, and there's strands of communication, like, and who wrote that song? Shay Lee wrote that song, Anthony Lee wrote that song, or Myra Fulham wrote that song, and look, Mary Kay is playing my songs, or Cara Jar. It'd be the same in your point, where you would write a song and somebody else actually would re-record it, and there is great opportunity there for you, and I think you should actually
I think it's great advice. I think it's great advice.
I think that would be one way to expose it, because if it's worth writing a song, and it's worth a lot to you, it is worth a lot to others as well.
That's a great point. I was amazed. So I love, we'd say, the writing of James Taylor and Paul Simon and Carole King. And I was amazed that before Carole King ever released Tapestry, that huge album, that she'd written all these hundreds of songs for other people. She'd written all these songs for other people, the Shirelles and all these songs.
Absolutely.
Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, which is a pop song, and then she sang it at piano, slow. And you're going, she wrote that 10 years ago. She was a brilliant songwriter. And all of a sudden she was a singer. And we knew her, and wonderful singer.
This is my point. See, you can write a song today. And you can put your stamp on the song and say, that's the way I want that played. That's the production I want for that song. But you can turn around, and somebody can turn around to you and say, oh, I would like that song, but I would like to pinpoint that I will be actually changing, I'll be doing a new version of that song, or rebuilding the song, like pulling it apart or whatever. And it doesn't matter, because it's still your originality. It's still you have the mechanical rights to the song, so it doesn't really matter who actually produces it or performs it. It's still written by you.
And to put their own shape on it,
Exactly. And rearrangements and music rearrangements and all of that. So I honestly do think like that everybody needs to take pride in what they do and their own originality. And then if people expand on your originality, it means that they'll like what you do.
That's a good point.
And I mean, you have great lyrics in your songs, and easily followed as well. As you said, some are sad, some are happy, and that's the way. That's the way. Fortunately, the emotions fly. And
that's life. That's it.
Well, you're next now, gigging away yourself as well, Shay, aren't you?
Yes.
So next coming up is May for you.
Next on the 5th of May in the Cobblestone,
Exactly.
Backyard Cobblestone, that's it. And I'm looking forward to it. So that's maybe we both get to play maybe 10 or 11 or 12 songs maybe.
That would be great.
All original,
See, that's it. It'll be original music. And then where are you going afterwards? Have you something else planned?
Who knows? I have nothing lined up for the moment. At the moment, I've been busy on putting my stuff up on Facebook. I have recorded a lot of tracks and I need to release more of them.
Well, at the moment, you are recording and
Yes.
producing.
Yes.
So, like, you are actually giving yourself that time away from gigging.
Yes.
To actually produce your music.
That's it. Yeah.
It's all original music.
And it's difficult to do both when you're performing and that and you're out there gigging. It's difficult to have time to write.
Yeah, for the studios, and especially your studios in the UK. So
it's in the UK. That's exactly it.
There's a lot of travelling involved.
There is that, yeah.
And sometimes you take your career a step further, and you go into the songwriting and musical, and you actually take your time with your gigs, because you can always do them. But I think the production is very important.
Yes. I agree with you,
to be seen and heard, and you have lovely videos out there as well.
Yes, I have a few videos out there that we need to have you and I will have a chat about them and see where we go with those.
Exactly, there's a good few of them.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank you today for coming up to us here.
Thanks, Maura. And thank you, John, also.
Indeed, and it's great to have you up here.
Yeah.
We were today speaking to Shay, Anthony Lee's music, all the way from Wicklow in Ireland, and an original artist with his own original cover songs, and again produced by
Granville Edwards
in
Pudbag Studios in Bedfordshire,
in the UK.
In the UK, that's it.
And performed by our own Wicklow man, Shay Anthony Lee. It's a huge thank you very much for coming up to us here to the Music Entertainment Room.
Lovely to be here.
Indeed, I've followed your music for a long time, and I think it's very unique. And I think a lot of people, when they really do hear it and you release more of your music, that you go far ahead.
Thanks very much.
That's my view on it.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
And there's no rhyme without a turning in music.
Yes.
Lovely
meeting you. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for coming all the way to the Music
all
Entertainment Room.
Thank you very much. On a lovely day, on a beautiful day, on a day like this.
On a day like this, yeah.
Yes.
Summer's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Maura.
Indeed, Shay Anthony Lee Music from Wicklow in the Music and Entertainment Room. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Slán.
Slán forward.
You've been watching the Music Entertainment Room. Please join us again next time.